everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and I am so excited. I can hardly stand it. Guess what? I designed some stencils, and they are being produced with my designs by StencilGirlProducts.com. Yes, you can go purchase these stencils that I designed over there and use them in your own art. I'm just thrilled. I love Stencil Girl Products. I love everything about their company, how they treat their designers and artists, how they produce their products. Everything about them is great. And so I'm really excited and honored to release my first 3 stencils that I designed. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Okay, so calm down, Shel. All right. The first one that you're seeing here on the screen is called Cactus, and it's a 6x6 stencil, and I drew it, and then they sent me some prototypes, and I'm playing with my prototypes. This video is about the way I started playing with my prototype stencils to see if I thought everything was great about them and if I thought that the little bridges and things were in the right places, because being a brand new stencil designer, you know, it's not as easy as it looks. You got to think a lot about how to make sure that the stencil doesn't just fall apart when you cut it, right? Because it could just fall out if you don't have little things that connect everywhere. So this one is well, they're all hand drawn, but this is my 6x6. I decided to use the gel plate, and I had been gel printing with them before this, and I just decided I would turn on the camera and get some footage just in case I needed it, and of course I do need it because I want to show them to you. So the first thing I was doing with my little 6x6 gel plate and my 6x6 stencil is using some pan pastel on the gel plate. And I have other videos if you guys really want to go into detail about how you do that, but it's super simple. You just put the pan pastel through the stencil or just on the plate, and you know, you can just pick it up with a layer of acrylic paint, which is what I did with this one. However, this first one, my plate was dirty and it didn't come out super clean, and so I cleaned my gel plate with some baby oil and a paper towel and got it nice and clean. I know it doesn't look clean. That this is just what a well-loved, well-used gel plate looks like. That's how they, you know, as they age, they start to change color. But I wanted to try it again with some brighter colors maybe and a cleaner gel plate. So I repeated the process. After I cleaned it, I put the stencil down onto the plate. When you put a stencil on a gel plate, it just sticks real nicely and doesn't wiggle for you, which is nice. And then I'm using different colors of pan pastel. It's a chalk-like product. And little cosmetic sponges to sponge through the stencil. And then once I removed the stencil, I put a little bit in the background, just directly onto the plate, the sand and the sky, basically. And then all you do is put a thin layer of acrylic paint with a brayer over this whole thing and pick it up with a piece of paper. So I'm using text weight paper for these. It's just really just paper from my printer. That's all it is. And I'm kind of coloring it in and you know, doing a little bit of artsy stuff, whatever, with it to see what I can get out of a print like this. So then I used some light blue acrylic paint and brayered that on there with my brayer. Remember, you want to be able to see through the acrylic paint. You don't want too much on there. You want to be able to see through it. So if you've got too much, you can brayer it off on an extra piece of paper. Then once you peel this one up, you'll see what happens. A lot of that pan pastel came off the plate onto the acrylic paint, and that's a beautiful print, beautiful. And I go ahead and embellish that one later on a different video. You'll see all these things that I worked on in this video, in more videos coming later. Then you can, with a pan pastel print, you can pick up more than one. You'll get like a little kind of a ghosty, lighter print, and you can maybe even do it 3 or 4 times if you want to. I think I just made one, but I used some white and picked up some more pan pastel, and it's a lot lighter than the first one, but still very cool. And I think that after that, I cleaned the rest off. So I switched to a larger plate and a larger stencil. This one's called Cactus Garden. It's a 9x12. And I've got the little numbers up there, letters and numbers for you to order them from StencilGirl Products. I, of course, will also put links below the video for you to just click and go straight over there to find the stencils easily. You know, StencilGirl Products has lots of stencils, so, you know, you might need a little bit of help finding them. So I put the plate down on I put the larger plate down. This is a 12x12 gel plate. Put some white acrylic paint through the stencil, and then I wanted to pick it all up with this piece of black text weight paper, but it wasn't quite dry. It was kind of strangely humid that day and wasn't drying as quick as I'm used to. So I set that one aside to dry with the paper still on it, and I switched back to my 6x6, and this is a different stencil. This is the third one. It's called Saguaro Scene. I know there's a G in there, but that really is how you pronounce it, Saguaro. Saguaros are the big, basically trees that we have in Arizona, in Tucson. They only live in the Sonoran Desert. They only grow in the Sonoran Desert, and they can be like 12 or 15 feet tall. It takes them 100 years just to grow an arm. You know, there are state cactus, and I actually drew this one from a picture that I took. I went hiking over in Catalina State Park, which is across where I live, and that's the Push Ridge Mountains in the background, and then some saguaros that are up there. There's a bench right there that you can sit down, and you can see those saguaros marching away down the hill. It's a really beautiful place, so I wanted to highlight that. What I'm using on my gel plate this time is alcohol ink. Lots of brands of alcohol ink out there. Yes, you can use it on your plate. It's not a big deal. You can, don't worry. So I decided to come back and do this white one. Remember, I put the white titanium, titanium white paint through the stencil, and I had let it dry. I pulled some of it off on that black piece of paper, and then there was still some left on there. I guess I put a pretty thick layer, and it didn't all dry down. So I'm putting some alcohol ink over it in hopes that I will be able to lift the entire thing. Here's my other one. See, I'm working back and forth. Sometimes I do that with multiple plates because there is that whole drying situation. And if you live somewhere where it's humid, it doesn't dry as quickly, and you might want to work on multiple plates. So this is my 6x6 again. It's got some alcohol ink. I put a layer of acrylic paint to lift everything off. And I think this one is really pretty. Not as defined when you're using the alcohol ink. The lines are not as defined, so you might want to do a little bit of detail work over that, but it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. I love the way it bleeds out and bleeds together. I just think it's really, really cool. So then I guess I did decide that I would try to make them more distinct in some cases on some of these. So I'm using the stencil again. I put the stencil back over the piece of paper that I've pulled off the plate, and I'm stenciling with different colors just to see how it comes out. This is pure play. This is not there's nothing fancy. It's just pure play. You will see what I did, how I played with my new stencils, and maybe you would like to get them and play with them in the same ways as I did. So that brought out a little bit of definition, right? That it's you can see some of those lines and shapes that I drew within the cactuses and stuff. So here's that other one that has alcohol ink all over it, and I'm picking that up with some Naples yellow acrylic paint. I like to work in layers like this where I put a bunch of layers on the plate and then I pick it all up with one thin layer of acrylic. This is some deli paper, so I'm getting a little bit of wrinkles. Sometimes you do with deli paper. Pressing it down with my bare end to make sure I get all kinds of contact. I want to try to pull everything that's on the plate up at once, which is a lot of stuff, a lot of alcohol ink and other stuff. So come on, come up. Let's see. What did we get? And what we got was some very, very typical colors that you would see here in Arizona, but just not a lot of definition. So we are going to go ahead and put that stencil back over that again. This is Cactus Garden, one of my 9x12s. I have two 9x12s and a 6x6. I really wanted to have an ATC stencil in time for our ATC things last month, but it just didn't happen. I couldn't get it right, and it took way longer than expected. So maybe there'll be an ATC stencil at some point because I really like those. So I decided to use some Prussian blue paint through the stencil over the top of this print because I really like the colors, but there's not a lot of definition of the stencil. And I actually had quite a few of these. Some of them were ghost prints that I had picked up and not really had a lot of definition of the cactuses on there. So you'll see me mess with them. But see how cool that looks when you put the stencil lines back over it. And now you've got the green where the green was supposed to be, and you've got pretty sunset colors in the background and sand, and it looks really cool. You just frame that right now. It's done, right? It's done. So I thought that turned out really well. So I thought, okay, well, I've got a couple other ones from alcohol ink situations where there's not as much definition, so I might try the same thing on some of them. So I got my Cactus Garden back out and some different colors of paint. I was also trying to stencil, rather than stenciling in black and making black lines, which you can absolutely do that and then color it. I was trying to stencil in different colors, so I got out some different colors of acrylic paint, greens and darker greens and limey greens, and did it that way to see how it would look. Looks pretty good. I like it. That one's kind of light. So pretty cool. I am super happy with these stencils. I think they turned out great. I will be having a giveaway at some point. As I'm editing this video, I'm traveling still. You guys remember I traveled? I'm not sure when the stencil designs are coming out. So this will come out when the stencil design comes out, but right now I'm traveling. So I don't know when the stencil giveaway will be, but I do plan to give away a set of these stencils at some point near when you're seeing this video, but I can't give you the details yet. The details will come out in another video when I'm ready to figure that out. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Yes, sure. So that time I used some like teal colors, and I thought that the teal with that kind of peachy orange background looked really great. And this one was the very first one that I did with the pan pastels before I cleaned my 6x6. Remember, it didn't come out very good because the plate had too much gunk on it, and it didn't allow the pan pastel to lay on there evenly or to come up evenly. So this time I decided to use a color called Sedona. You know, Sedona's in Arizona, and this is the color of the rocks there. So I decided to stencil it in that color and see how it would look. Super cool. So keep watching my channel, keep looking out for these more videos. I have at least 2 more videos already, and I'll be making probably some more videos, and my giveaway will be happening. So keep watching my channel, turn on your notification bells if you're subscribed so that you will know when the new video comes out. That time I cleaned up, and I did actually end up making a pretty cool piece of cleanup paper there on the side, which I used already. I've already used it in collage because it was, I don't know, it had this tan and rust colors. It was cool. So I think this is, what did I do? Oh, I decided to just use the rest of that Sedona on another one for just the background, and I left the cactuses. The cactuses had enough definition. I just did the background, the Push Ridge Mountains in the background with the Sedona. And maybe a little bit of green, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's how this came out. And that's the last one for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment, question, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, share. All those things will help my channel grow. Bye-bye.